Teresa, welcome back to my channel. So almost exactly a year ago I filmed my very first unhaul, and I was telling you guys that I was trying to sell my books, but that didn't quite work out. I did sell a few, but not a lot, and I did give a few to my sister, but overall a lot of them are still in the box that I have at my feet right now. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this a thing. I was recently obsessed with Books and Lala. Is it Books and Lala or Books of Lala? By Lala? I don't know. Her channel, she's amazing, and she does closet unhauls this year, which they're so addictive. Oh my god, I watched all of them in one sitting. They are the best. This is kind of a similar system, so I'm gonna do this thing once a year where I will try to do an unhaul and like pick up books from my shelves that I either don't ever want to read again, don't ever want to see again, or I'm not ever gonna read from my TBR, and I will put them in a box, and then a year later I'll come back to them and I'll check if it's actually not at all like what she does, but it's like, I don't know. A year later I will check, see if the books, I felt like I missed them at all, if they kind of spark new interest now that I haven't seen them in a year. And if they spark my interest again, I can keep them. If they don't, I need to get rid of them. So this is the dusty, very, very dusty box of books that I unhauled last year. A lot of them, hopefully, are still in here. So we'll have a look. This is an unboxing of a different kind right now. The first one is Monument 14 by Emily Laybourne. This is definitely YA. Apparently I started this and read one chapter. No, still getting rid of that one. I see Hunted by PC and Kristen Cass. This is definitely a dual copy, so I'll get rid of this. Oh, these are the worst books. I think I put all of the ones I have. These are by Nicole Peeler. Eye of the Tempest. Oops. Tempest Legacy. And there's a third one somewhere. This is, by the way, the worst cover in the world. Tempest Rising. These are shit. These are complete shit. I'll definitely get rid of these. Magic Slaves by Ilona Andrews. This is still the like 5th or 6th book in the series, and I don't have any of the others, so definitely still getting rid of that one. La Double Vie d'un Song by Ming-Chan Hui. This is a French book. Actually, I feel like I'll keep this one. I think that, you know, at some point I'll hopefully get back into French, and then I'll already have this, so keeping this one. Extras by Scott Westerfeld. I have read some of the Ugliest books, and this is like a companion book, I think, but I don't own any of the others, so I'll still get rid of this one. Die Kinderhurins. This is the German edition of Hurin's Children by J.R.R. Tolkien. I think I'll keep this and give it to my sister. A Million Suns by Beth Revis, which is the sequel to Across the Universe. I have Across the Universe, but I'm never gonna read the sequel. A lot of these are YA. Lies Beneath by Anne Greenwood Brown. This is a mermaid story that I'm probably gonna hate. Circle of Fire by Michelle Sink. This is again a book in a series that I haven't read the others of. Getting rid of it still. Oh, Talon by Julie Gaw. It is really gorgeous. You know what? I might give this another go because it's so beautiful. I like really don't want to get rid of it. I just want to keep it, so I will. Rush by Eve Silver. Let's just get rid of it. Requiem by Lauren Oliver. Do I have Delirium still? I do have Delirium. No, this is the third one again. Gonna get rid of it. The False Prince by Jennifer E. Nielsen, still getting rid of that one. And Rochelle Mead's Succubus Revealed, which is again in a series that I haven't read any of the others, so nope. Alright, so I'm keeping 3 books of my old unhaul. I'm keeping Talon, Hurin's Children in German, and La Double Vie d'un Song in French. Now for the exciting new part, this year's unhaul. I have like a bunch of books. I went through my shelves. These are actually mainly books I already read or DNF'd, and I was kind of hesitant to get rid of those last year, but now I feel like they literally just take up space on my shelves that I don't have and don't want to waste. So, gonna have to be radical here and get rid of some stuff. Again, by get rid of, I literally just mean put in that box and then reevaluate next year, but still, it's a step. It's the first step to getting actually rid of these. Okay, let's start. The The first Monsieur Pan by Roberto Bolaño. I bought this on a whim years ago, I swear. So long. I have no idea what it is. It's supposed to be a gripping noir conspiracy thriller. It says here, there's a quote, but I honestly I feel like this is very strange, very experimental almost. I've read some really bad reviews of it and I just don't even want to try it. So, White Cat by Holly Black. I bought this after really having enjoyed The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, but I just don't see myself ever reading these. By the way, just putting it out there, if you guys are like really big fans of any of the books I showed today, please let me know if I should still read them. Because if you yourself are very passionate about a book, you can probably convince me to read it after all. So definitely let me know your opinions on these if you've read them. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I'm pretty sure I unhauled this already last year and then took it out of the box again at some point. But I'm never gonna read this. I swear, I watched the movie like 3 times and I'm not gonna read the book. The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valenti. I'm kind of really torn about this one, which is why I like this box system, because I can always undo my choices. But I tried reading this at some point. It's middle grade. I just never read middle grade ever, so sorry. The Boy in a Striped Pajama by John Boyne. This was like a secondhand buy at some point. Never gonna read this one ever, probably either, I think. Towering by Alex Flynn. This, I believe, is a, not Cinderella, Rapunzel retelling. And I read this, DNF'd it because it was shit, so no. Night Pleasures by Sherilyn Kenyon. I honestly have no recollection of ever having read this book, but apparently I have because it's on my read shelves. I do not recall a single thing of what happened in here, and I'm pretty sure I hated it, so. Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I have a little bit more of an idea what this was about, but I also didn't like it at all. It was horrible. It was so bad, so I'm getting rid of it. The Gathering Storm by Robin Bridges. I just remembered that this book had so many inconsistencies. I also DNF'd this a few years ago. I was really sad about it because it's set in Russia, and Russian settings are always the best, but this was the worst, and I'm definitely never gonna pick this up again. Then I have Die For Me and If I Should Die by Amy Plum. These are book 1 and 3 in this trilogy, I believe, and it's just so bad. I'm not even sure if I finished this one. I might have finished this one, but it was torturous. I'm pretty sure that this book series was written right when everyone was caught up in the Twilight haze, I want to call it, because the story is literally that. It's very similar also to Obsidian, which is just another carbon copy of that, so hated these. I mean, I didn't even read that one, but like the first was the worst, and no, so I'm getting rid of it now. Another DNF was Anti-Goddess by Kendari Blake. Couldn't get into this one at all. It was insanely weird and didn't catch my interest whatsoever, so putting it in the box. The Assassin's Prayer by Ariana Franklin. I actually finished this book and I just remember that I didn't like it at all. I have no idea what this even was about. I just know I hated it, and there's no purpose of me keeping this because what am I ever gonna do with this book again? I don't want to lend it to anyone. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's not even a pretty book, so I'm just, you have no purpose in life. I'm very sorry. The Air of Night by Helen Love. This is another middle grade book that I couldn't get into. I'm pretty sure I also DNF'd this one. In this case, I didn't know it was middle grade before picking it up, but I don't know, maybe this could be a good book if I had been at the age of reading it. I just remember that I didn't dislike it, but like the main character is like 10 or whatever, and I can't read a book written for 10-year-olds with a 10-year-old heroine. There was no point for me in you know, pursuing that, so putting this one away as well. And then I have some German translations. The first 2 are Night World novels, Engel der Verdammnis and Die Irren der Dunkelheit by L.J. Smith. I had like a huge phase of loving Night World, which was like obviously my vampire, werewolf, paranormal phase, because that's everything. It's like Night World is like a world where all of those things exist. And I have another bind up, but those ones are in English, and I'm gonna keep that one. But these I'm just getting rid of because there's like no point. Why? And then I'm also getting rid of this German translation. It's called Eine Vampirin auf Abwägen by Lindsay Sands, and my friend gave this to me. This is like, I don't know if this is erotica, but it's definitely like adult romance. It's so meh. And that's it for my unhaul of the year 2017. Those are some of the books I just like see no point in keeping. I hope they fit in this box actually. So I will leave them there, let them sit, and come back to them next year and then decide if I actually want to get rid of them. Also, I really do need to find a place to actually donate them to, because I know that in other countries, like secondhand shops, like especially bookshops, are a huge thing, which I am like, congratulations, that's amazing. We don't have any of those really. I googled it, I tried googling it, like there are some in Vienna, but here in my hometown there are none, so basically I'd have to carry all of those to Vienna, so that's awesome. Anyway, you guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I, for my part, love watching unhauls, so I hope you feel the same. So anyway, I will see you very soon with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload every Tuesdays and Fridays. I will see you then. Have a lovely week. Bye!